Welcome back to NASM CPT exam prep. This is chapter 10 of 20, still in exercise technique and training instruction. Today's lesson is balance training concepts. We'll cover what balance training actually trains, the balance continuum's 4 variables, and progression across the OPT model. Let's get into it. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to do 4 things. First, explain proprioception and its role in balance. Second, identify the 4 variables that control balance exercise difficulty. Third, map balance training onto the 5 OPT phases. And fourth, explain why balance training matters beyond athletic performance. Let's build these one at a time. Let's dispel a myth right away. Balance is not a fixed trait. Balance is the ability to maintain the body's center of gravity over its base of support, and it improves with deliberate training, just like strength. Balance is built on proprioception. That's the nervous system's ongoing sense of where each joint is positioned in space without needing to look at it. Here's the key mechanism. Balance training deliberately challenges the proprioceptive system, so it adapts, the same way resistance training challenges muscle. Proprioception is really the key vocabulary word for this entire lesson. There are 4 dials you can turn to change difficulty. Surface stability. Stable ground progresses to unstable surfaces, a foam pad, a balance disc. This demands far more proprioceptive input. Base of support. Both feet progresses to a staggered stance, which progresses to single leg. Each step shrinks the base the body balances over. Visual input. Eyes open progresses to eyes closed, removing a primary balance feedback channel. And movement and load. A static hold progresses to controlled movement, which progresses to added resistance or unpredictable reactive movement. Here's why this list matters so much. A trainer rarely needs a brand new exercise to make balance harder or easier. Just one of these 4 dials turned up. Picture a single leg stand right now and mentally walk through all 4 progressions. Let's talk progression. Phase 1, stabilization. Balance stabilization exercises. A single leg balance with a reach. Phases 2 through 4, strength. Balance strength exercises. Single leg squat touchdowns, balance lunges. Phase 5, power. Balance power or reactive exercises. Single leg hop and stick, reactive catch and stabilize. Notice something? This is the same 3-tier structure as the core training continuum from lesson 9. Before I laid out this table, could you have predicted the 3 tiers yourself? Stabilization builds the foundation. Strength adds load. Power adds speed. Let's zoom out from sport for a moment. Balance training's highest stakes application isn't with athletes. It's with general population clients, particularly older adults. Falls are the single biggest training-related risk for that population. This connects forward to lesson 16's section on older adults and fall risk. Here's the practical takeaway. A trainer who understands the 4-variable continuum can safely build balance capacity for any client, from someone relearning to stand on one leg to an athlete training reactive agility. Don't let the stereotype fool you. This isn't just wobbleboard novelty content. It's clinically meaningful for fall risk populations. Let's check your understanding. Question. Closing the eyes during a balance exercise increases difficulty primarily by... Take a second and think it through. The correct answer is removing a primary balance feedback channel, forcing more reliance on proprioception. Here's why. Removing visual input takes away one of the body's main balance feedback channels, forcing greater reliance on proprioceptive feedback. One more question. A single leg hop and stick drill is an example of which balance training tier? Pause and think back to the 3 tiers. The correct answer is balance power, or reactive, phase 5. Here's why. A single leg hop and stick is a reactive, power level balance exercise, appropriate for phase 5. Let's bring it all together. Balance training trains proprioception, control of the center of gravity over the base of support. There are 4 continuum variables: surface stability, base of support, visual input, and movement or load. Balance training progresses through the same 3 OPT tiers as core training. Balance training is critical for fall risk reduction in older adults, not just athletic performance. And here's a practical rule worth repeating. Progress 1 variable at a time, so adaptation stays clear and troubleshooting stays simple. That rule applies whether you're programming a client session or studying this material yourself. Great work getting through Lesson 10. Next up is Lesson 11, Plyometric Training Concepts. We'll cover the stretch shortening cycle and plyometric progression by OPT phase. See you there.